Namaskar. Myself Sandhya Devaji Rangari. My registration number is C083 and I am from Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Vidyalaya Hingangad, District Varna. The topic of my presentation is ratio and proportion, and I am going to present this presentation in three parts. First part, observe and explore. Second part, define and prove, and third, apply and evaluate. Now let us start the presentation on topic ratio and proportion from the first module, that is observe and explore. To observe one video and explore the topic. So let us start the video and record your observations. After watching this video, we have to ask some questions to the student, such as how tall is the tree, how can we calculate the height of the tree, which method will be useful to us to calculate the height of the tree, and what is the relation between shadow and the actual height of the fence post. Let us start the discussion. Here the height of the fence post is 4 feet and the height of its shadow is 12 feet. It means that the height of the shadow is 3 times the height of the fence post. This relation should be maintained in the height of the shadow of tree, that is 72 feet, and the height of the tree will be, it means that the height of the shadow is 3 times than the height of the tree. Therefore, the height of the tree must be 24 feet. Next, observe the following figures or pictures and record the observation. Here, 6 circles, 4 squares and 12 triangles. The questions to be asked and the accepted observations are as follows. Triangles are more in numbers. Triangles are twice than circles. Triangles are thrice than squares. Circles are half in numbers than triangles, and so on. It means that the triangles are 12 in number and the circles are 6 in numbers. It means that 6 or 12 minus 6 is equal to 6. 12 minus 4 squares is equal to 8. Sometimes we call it as the comparison can be done by taking difference, or the comparison can be done by taking division. Next task is, the cost of one pencil is 10 rupees and the cost of one pen is 50 rupees. Then what is the relation between the cost of both the objects? We can say that the cost of pen is rupees 40 more than the cost of pencil. In another way, we can divide 10 by 15 is equal to 1 by 5. The ratio between these two quantities is 1 by 5. It means the cost of one pencil, that is 10 rupees multiplied by 5 is equal to the cost of pen, which is equal to 50. How maps draw? Ask this question to the student. How models and plans for construction can be drawn with scale, and start the discussion. After this, we will give one activity. In this activity, Mary is the presenter of weekly radio show. She plays 5 new songs for every 2 old songs. Last week she played 15 new songs. How many songs did she play altogether? 5 new songs get compared with 2 old songs. then 15 new songs get compared with how many old songs. Here you can observe that 5 when multiplied by 3 we get 15. Similarly 2 multiplied by 3 we get 6. It means that 6 old songs were played. She played 6 old songs and 15 new songs. It means she played 21 songs altogether. Now the second module is define and prove. In this module we will define ratio. In our daily life sometimes we face some situations in which we need to compare some quantities of similar kind in terms of magnitude or measurement. And how do we compare them? We compare them either by taking difference of two quantities or by division of two quantities. Definition of ratio. The comparison by division is known as ratio. The ratio of two quantity A to B is written as A divided by B, which looks like a fraction but it is little bit different than the fraction. We write the ratio as A colon B and is read as A is to B. Next we discuss the properties of ratio. First property, if both the terms are multiplied or divided by a non-zero number, then the ratio remains unchanged. Next property number 2, simplest form. Since A by B is equal to AK by BK for every non-zero number K, therefore ratio A by B and AK by BK are the same and A by B is in the lowest term. The ratio A is to B is said to be in its simplest form. The third important property number 3, order relation. Here we compare two ratios. Take two ratios A by B and C by D. The product of A multiplied by D is greater than the product of B and C. Then we can say that first ratio is greater than second ratio, providing the condition that B and D both are greater than 0. Second, A multiplied by D, it means that product of A and D is less than product of B and C. Then these two ratios A by B is less than C by D, where B greater than 0, D greater than 0. Third, if these two products are equal, then these two ratios are also equal, providing the same condition. Now discuss properties of equal ratio. Observe these two tables. In first table, 5 apples and the cost is 10 rupees. 10 apples and the cost is 20 rupees. Calculate A by B and C by D. In this case, A by B is 1 by 2, C by D is also 1 by 2. Observe the next table, B by A and D by C. After calculating this, we get B by A is equal to 2 and D by C is equal to 2. It means that these two ratios are equal. The conclusion is, if A by B is equal to C by D, then B by A is equal to D by C. This result is known as inverting law. The next result is properties of equal ratio. Observe the same table we have seen previously. We previously calculate A by B and C by D, which is equal to 1 by 2. Now calculate 1A by C and B by D. Here we also get the result 1 by 2. From this our conclusion is, if A by B is equal to C by D, then A by C is equal to B by D. This result is known as alternative law. The next important property of equal ratio. Observe the same table. We earlier find the ratio A by B and C by D. Now we have to find A plus B divided by B and C plus D divided by D. After calculating this, we get the result. If A by B is equal to C by D, then A by B divided by B is equal to C plus D divided by D. This result is known as component law. The next result or the next property of equal ratio. Here we have to calculate A minus B by B and C minus D divided by D. Here we get the conclusion. if A by B is equal to C by D, then A minus B by B is equal to C minus D by D. This result is known as a dividend law. The next property of equal ratio, which is the combination of componendo and dividendo. Here we have to calculate A plus B by A minus B and C plus D by C minus D. Here we get the conclusion, if A by B is equal to C by D, then A plus B by A minus B is equal to C plus D by C minus D. This result is known as componendo dividendo. After that, one important theorem, the theorem on equal ratio. In this ratio, the ratio of the sum of antecedent of equal ratio to the sum of their consequents is equal to the separate ratio. That is, mathematically we write it as, if A by B is equal to C by D, then A by B is equal to C by D is equal to A plus B by B plus D. The next topic is proportion. What is proportion? If two ratios are equal, then we can say that the numbers A, B, C, D are said to be in proportion and is written as follows. The terms A, B, C, D are called the first, second, third and the fourth terms respectively. A and D are called the extremes and B and C are called the middle terms or means. Next, continued proportion. Here A by B is equal to B by C equal to C by D and so on. Then the numbers A, B, C, D are said to be in continued proportion. If we take the example of three numbers A, B, C are in continued proportion, then it means B square is equal to AC, where B square, that is the B, is called the geometric mean or mean proportional to A and C. The next method, that is K method, which is very useful for solving the problems. In this method, we have to equate each ratio equal to K. Therefore, the method is called as K method. If four positive real numbers A, B, C, D are in proportion, we have A by B is equal to C by D. If we equate each ratio to K, we get A by B is equal to C by D equal to K. From this we get the result A is equal to BK and C is equal to DK. If A, B, C are in continued proportion, we have A by B is equal to B by C. If we equate each of these ratio to K, we get A by B is equal to B by C is equal to K. After this, we got the result B is equal to CK and A is equal to CK square. This applicable to 4 and 5 numbers also. The third part, that is apply and evaluate. In this module, we have to solve some problems and do the application of whatever we have learned earlier. Problem number 1. 5 numbers are in continued proportion, where the first term is 1 and the last term is 256. Find the numbers. Let A, B, C, D, E be the first 5 numbers which are in continued proportion. Then we write it as A by B is equal to B by C is equal to C by D is equal to D by E. The first term is 1 and the last term is 256. Put the values of A and E. A is equal to 1. Therefore, 1 by B is equal to B by C is equal to C by D is equal to D by 256. Equating first and the last ratio, we get the result 1 by B is equal to D by 256. Therefore, B by D is equal to 256. It is the equation number 1. Calculating middle ratios, B by C is equal to C by D. Therefore, BD is equal to C square, equation number 2. From 1 and 2, we get C square is equal to 256. Therefore, C is equal to 16. Now, put the values of C. 1 by B is equal to B by C. Therefore, 1 by B is equal to B by 16. Therefore, B square is equal to 16. Therefore, B is equal to 4. We get the result B is equal to 4. Also, C by D is equal to D by 256. Therefore, 16 divided by D equal to D divided by 256. Therefore, D square is equal to 16 multiplied by 256. This 16 is the square of 4 and this 256 is the square of 16. Taking square root, we get D is equal to 4 multiplied by 16. Therefore, D is equal to 64. In this way, we got 5 numbers 1, 4, 16, 64, 256 which are in equal proportion. Next problem, the ratio of the mango trees and orange tree is 7:9. If 5 mango trees and 5 orange trees were planted in addition, the ratio would be 27:34. Then find the number of mango trees and the number of orange trees. Let the common multiple of the ratio is x. Then the numbers of mango trees and orange trees are 7x and 9x respectively. From the given condition, we got this equation. After solving this equation, we have the value x is equal to 7. Put the value of x. 7x is equal to 7 multiplied by 7 is equal to 49 and 9x is equal to 9 multiplied by 7 is equal to 63. It means that the number of mango tree is 49 and the number of orange tree is 63. The third and the last problem. 4 circles have areas in the ratio 3:7:11:19. 4 squares are formed whose diagonals are proportional to the radii of the above circle. Find the proportional of the areas of the square so formed. Now solve this problem. Let the common multiple of the ratio be x. Then the areas of 4 circles are 3x, 7x, 11x and 19x square units respectively. We know that the area of circle is pi r square. Therefore, for the first circle, the area will be pi r square is equal to 3x. Therefore, r square is equal to 3x by pi. Therefore, the radius will be root 3x by pi. Similarly, the radii of the other 3 circles are root 7x by pi, 11x by pi and 19x by pi respectively. The diagonals of the 4 squares are proportional to the radii of the 4 circles. Therefore, the diagonals of the 4 squares are in the ratio root 3x by pi is to root 7x by pi is to root 11x by pi is to root 19x by pi. The area of square is equal to 1 by 2 multiplied by diagonal square. Therefore, the areas of 4 squares are in ratio and we write it as follows. That is 3x by pi is to 7x by pi is to 11x by pi is to 19x by pi. After multiplying this result by pi by x, we get 3:7 is to 11 is to 9. It means that the proportion of the areas of the square so formed is 3:7 is to 11 is to 19.